All right, we're back. We left you off talking about Patrick Kane and what was going on with his investigation. It turns out there's a report that Patrick Kane's accuser no longer wants to cooperate with the investigation. However, that doesn't necessarily mean the prosecution will not go forth with it. It just, they won't have the woman in question. With all that's transpired over the last month and change, you also look at the whole DNA, I guess the rape kit that was kind of tampered with. Does this exonerate Patrick Kane in the court of public opinion?
In public opinion, no, I don't think it does. I think the evidence still needs to be looked at in the court of law. I trust in the court of law to make the right decision with the case. I don't, just because the key lead witness in the case walked out, who knows what's really going on there, right? I mean, you don't know if it's because it's all bogus now and Patrick Kane's innocent, or what really could be going on behind the scenes that we don't know about as the general public, right? So, in my opinion, is he guilty or not guilty? I'm not too sure, but this does not exonerate him.
It's in the public opinion. Will unfortunately probably say he's innocent now because it's been such an absolute mess. Like everything this is like a fairy tale almost of how this is played out. This is like a movie. Like there's so much stuff has happened. You can't write this almost, and it's to think that this is where we're at now, which also is scary. The fact that you go look at the Patrick Kane side of it, he's having to keep going through this, and now it's another chapter, and we're going to keep talking about it, and like nothing's going to come of it. And if he gets exonerated and there's no, he's found innocent, then look at all this would happen for what? And that's the very problem I have. Like it's almost like this needs to quiet down, and prosecution needs to keep this stuff under wraps because it's going to be public opinion. That's what's going to come out of this.
All right, guys, we're going to talk about illegal or legal. We're talking about the game between the Ottawa Red Blacks and the Hamilton Tiger Cats over the weekend. This was a pivotal game. Can't get the words out. It's still Tuesday. But what was really interesting about this contest was not just the fact that first place was up for grabs, but you had a guy like Henry Burris, and you'll see in the video, who rolls out of the pocket. He gets hit by Samari Lawrence by the knee. Burris and the Red Blacks took exception to that. Samari Lawrence said, relax, it's not as bad as you guys think. Looking at the viz, that's definitely tough. Do you think that play is legal or illegal?
So we keep watching this in video, and I want to say it's perfectly fine. Everyone agrees it's a legal hit, and it's just that. But where it turns illegal is the opinion that we have to protect the quarterbacks, we have to protect the star players of the league, and I am so tired of listening to this. That we have to protect star players. Like it's a marketing thing. This isn't about the game. I hate it in hockey, football, everything. You play a sport. I don't care who you are. You're in that sport. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna be targeted. That's why you're a star player. I'm not going to start easing up on Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin and Stamkos because I don't want them to get hurt.
But let's be honest and be fair. Would you really want to watch a guy like Dale Weiss, or do you want to watch a guy like Max Pacioretty, or a guy like PK Subban?
Dale Weiss.
They're the attraction. They're the attraction. I'm just using the Canadians as an example. But you could throw in any other player, a role player in there. You don't want to necessarily see those type of guys. You want to see the superstars. And if they're getting hurt, and I don't know, that one to me is 50-50. I know he rolled out of the pocket, and that was an issue. And I've always felt that defense has always been accused of a lot of things, and I've always liked the defensive side over the offense. I'm leaning towards what Henry Burris was saying. I thought that was too much, but at the same time, being political here, I'm going to say that I'm not going to blame Samari Lawrence because what are they told? You can't go for the body. You can't go for the head, right? So what do you got to do? I guess the knees or below is what's acceptable, and you're going to get those situations. Brody, am I wrong, or do you see something else that I'm missing?
No, I agree with kind of both of you. I don't think that it should be an illegal hit. I don't think it is. I think that, you're a star player. You want to be seen out there. The crowd wants to see you. But even if they're not seeing you, they're talking about you, right? The interest of you is still always going to be there, whether you're playing or not. And, I mean, a guy like Henry Burris, he's, 40 years old now, still playing. Like, guys want to be there and watch him play. But because he's not playing, we're talking about him right now, or because of that hit, the chance that he wouldn't be playing, we're talking about him, and the interest of him is still still there. I don't think it's right hitting him low like that. Then again, from his standpoint, how do you make that split-second decision when you're in a game, when that adrenaline's going through? Who knows what happens? Maybe like one little split second earlier, maybe like he would have missed the tackle. One split second later, maybe he was hitting him higher up, and it was a bit more legal, right? You know.
Okay, we'll get to this. How about this? We'll move over to no respect. When I say no respect, I'm talking about Phil Kessel. No love from the Toronto fans, no love from the organization. The guy spent 6 seasons with your team, had pretty darn good years, and they give him nothing to show for it. Played his game Saturday, did all right, wasn't anything spectacular. But Phil Kessel, I think, deserves something. Am I wrong for saying that?
You know, that's hockey fans for you. You go watch an Oilers game, anybody who used to wear an Oilers sweater, minus maybe the guys that have mad respect, like Ryan Smith or someone like that, comes back and plays, they're getting booed, they're getting chirped, they're trying to get them off their game because they know them, right? They know of them.
But you couldn't have said, you know what, Phil, I know you seem like you quit on the team, but you know what? Thanks for spending 6 seasons. Thanks for that one season where you had 37 goals.
Have a free hamburger night or something. I'm sure Kessel will be okay with that.
Yeah. But should he have been given the respect, or are you fine with what happened and transpired in Toronto?
I'm perfectly fine with it. He didn't do anything there. Sure, he scored goals. Did you win? Did you win a championship? You got to the playoffs once. What did you accomplish? He didn't accomplish anything in Toronto.
With all due respect, it wasn't necessarily his team. Or it was his team. It's not just one guy.
Phil Kessel
he did his job.
He was the team, and there's a lot of talk about, did Kessel do enough to get the team? Did he try hard enough? Did he put enough work ethic into getting the team to that playoffs? Right. It's always said no. Win a championship, then you can have a parade.
The issue here was because of the price tag that he came with. 3 first-round picks that ended up 2 of them being studs. You're telling me that there's not a lot of pressure on a guy? That's where the animosity, I think, really comes from. I personally think, I'd have been like, thanks for your time. Glad to see you're in a different jersey. We got to move on. But that sort of thing. All right, speaking of moving on, that's what we got to do, guys. We're going to take a quick time out and return with more Gloves Are Off. Over Under next.